So I just finished doing a quick retro movie review for all the Christopher Reeve Superman movies, and I'm hoping to do a ranking of all the Superman films in a couple weeks with a buddy of mine. But there are plenty of things in those original films that just bug me, and I realized certain things bug me, but yet similar items don't. And I thought people might wonder, well, why does this bug you, but this doesn't? It doesn't make sense. So here are a few things that I wanted to explain why I feel a certain way. Some of the items, like the S shield, all of a sudden in Superman 2, I'm okay with that because it's like, well, I think he pulls it off his shirt. Sure, it just doesn't feel as out there to me. Yes, it's still dumb, but then again, Batman pulls however many types of gadgets out of his belt, and some of them don't even make any sense about why he'd have them or why they fit in there. Then there's how he gets his powers back in the main film. You know, he just picks up the crystal or a crystal, and the next minute you see him with his powers back. In the Donner cut, it's his dad does something and he gets his powers back. I like that version more, but I'm okay with the crystal because it's like, who knows? Maybe it activates a different type of mist in the crystal chamber. Maybe it creates something that he drinks. Who knows? There's so many things. It leaves it to the imagination. But then you give people all these absurd powers that go way beyond what Superman's powers normally are, that we can, make sense of, I feel. Like you have Zod and his minions who seem to have telepathy and they can lift people up and down and throw them around by thinking about it. Or Superman using his eye beams to rebuild the Great Wall. Those just don't make sense. I mean, yes, it's a comic book movie. But as far as I know, there's no basis for that anywhere in the comics, and especially at the time, there was no basis for it. But the big one for me is the rotation of the Earth and reversing it at the end of Superman. I know a lot of fans make jokes about that. I know that is something that people talk about all the time. And for me, I'm okay maybe with the first movie because it's not that long. Fine, we need one way to end the movie, make things change, sure. I still think that's more of a Flash thing, but like, okay, yeah, I'll admit it's dumb, but fine. They were going to do it again in the second movie. No, you don't do the same thing twice. It's just lazy writing, I think. But then people will bring up, well, what about the kiss? They do that multiple times. Well, in the fourth film, he only does it briefly, and to me, I can explain that better. Maybe it's a new power, or maybe it's something he puts on his lips, kind of how like Poison Ivy can poison people with a kiss. So that's my reason for